I wish I had a bigger picture of what I'm showing you on your screen right now, but hopefully you can see it, and hopefully it's not pixelated or too blurry for you to see it. But one of my followers on Twitter tagged me in this story, and it's something that occurred last year, but uh, the results of what's to come most likely, well, actually, the event happened last year, but they're just now catching up to the individuals who were involved with this. So in this picture, you see Stephen Martinson and Thomas Dowling, and both of them used to be cops for the Asbury Park Police, which is in New Jersey. And these two individuals acted like true gang members with what they did. And I've always said that there's a lot of gang members in these police departments. So there was this older gentleman who was about 70 years of age. He was old, up in age, who basically complained about these two, for stuff that they were most likely doing. They didn't like that very much. So what did they do? They found this man's vehicle and they pretty much vandalized it. They, scratched up his car. They broke out the windows and probably slashed the tires amongst some other things. Well, they found out that was what happened with them and they have been reprimanded. So I'm going to go ahead and read this article. Two police officers in New Jersey admitted they vandalized vehicles belonging to a man after he filed an internal affairs complaint against them. The fact that they even did that after the complaint was filed lets you know that they most likely did what he was complaining about, and they made their situation even worse. Asbury Park Police Officer Stephen Martinson, age 31, and former Special Law Enforcement Officer Thomas Dowling, age 27, both of Asbury, pleaded guilty on Tuesday to criminal mischief. The vandalism took place early morning on September 3rd, 2019. The officers said they slashed the tires of the vehicles and smashed the window on one of them, causing more than $500 in damage. Spiteful retaliation from law enforcement officers toward a citizen for any reason is an unacceptable option. This is in no way condoned at any level for any reason, said Monmouth County Prosecutor Christopher Gramaccioni. I'm guessing that's how you pronounce his name. Under terms of a plea agreement, prosecutors will recommend a probationary sentence if restitution is paid to the victim for the damage. The defendants also will forfeit any future public employment in New Jersey. Martinson has been suspended without pay since the incident. Dowling was fired when the initial charges were filed. Sentencing is scheduled for October 16th. I think both of these two should do jail time. Probationary, that's not enough. Like, if they had just dealt with the complaint, they wouldn't be in this position right now. The most they probably would have got was maybe administrative leave or some kind of desk duty for a while. But they made it worse to the point where they not only lost their jobs as a police officer, quote unquote, but they lost their chance to get any type of gainful employment in the entire state of New Jersey. Like, that's intense. That means if they want to get gainfully employed, they have to go to a whole nother state, like a neighboring state, which means they have to go across state lines just to get a job. Which means if they want to work, they have to go to either New York or somewhere in PA to work. They can't, and I don't know where Asbury Park is located in the state of New Jersey, but they better hope it's not in the central part of the state, because that means their travels is going to be even more intense. Unless they do some kind of, I would say online work, but if the online work is connected to the state of New Jersey, then that means that's not going to work. But you know how they say that they're not really fired, but they're really transferred. But I've never heard the part where they said they can't get gainful employment in the state they currently live in. That means they really went after them. So let's hypothetically say that they really did get fired. They fucked that up for themselves, and I feel absolutely nothing for them. But I would say also, just look into their backgrounds and see if they have any gang ties right there, because they did use the word retaliation. See, they don't do enough digging when it comes to these cops when they do stuff like this. Had it been me, I would have been like, let's pull up those records and see what else they got going on. Because the fact that they retaliated against this man who, I think I saw his picture, this older man who's an elderly man who's most likely retired. He has to be retired. Because he filed a complaint against them. They probably, I wouldn't be surprised if they've done something like this before. Or did stuff like this before they became cops.